30 seconds. That's usually all it takes to decide how you feel around someone. In a group conversation, one person immediately starts talking, explaining, joking, trying to fit in. Then someone else joins. They acknowledge everyone, take a second to settle in, and somehow the conversation feels easier. That's because people don't just notice what you say, they notice how you arrive. Ever notice how the most comfortable person in a conversation rarely seems in a hurry? They don't rush to speak, they don't rush to impress. They're comfortable letting the moment breathe, and other people naturally relax around them. People naturally relax around people who are already relaxed, and once people feel comfortable around you, they're far more likely to listen. What you do next is what makes them remember you. Now think about the most interesting person you've ever talked to. Chances are, they weren't telling the craziest stories. They were telling ordinary stories in a way that made you care. Most people tell you what happened. The interesting ones tell you what they saw, what they felt, what surprised them, what went wrong, and suddenly you're not listening anymore. You're imagining. That's the difference. Facts make people understand. Stories make people experience. And people remember experiences far longer than information. But comfort and storytelling only work if they're real. Ever notice how some people seem like a different person depending on who's around? One version at work, another with friends, another with strangers. Most people do it without realizing. They're constantly adjusting themselves to fit the room. The problem? People can feel it. The people with the strongest presence aren't trying to fit into the room. They're comfortable letting the room meet the real version of them. They don't try to be the funniest or the loudest. They just show up as themselves. They stay consistent, and that consistency creates trust. You see this in people like Denzel Washington. He never seems rushed, never seems like he's performing, and never seems like he's trying to be someone else. That's why people pay attention when he speaks. Not because he's demanding attention, because he doesn't need to. Most people think effortless people draw attention to themselves. They don't. They make other people feel comfortable, and that's why people enjoy being around them.